Welcome to my garden. It is morning here in Minnesota. I'm outside with Lou, and I'm wearing my glasses because our family has had pink eye all week and it has sucked. But I wanted to do a quick garden tour because I haven't done one yet this year, and I've done a lot of stuff this spring. So I'll start over here in my hydrangea beds right by my garage. And these, if you remember from my Instagram post, were chewed down to the nubbins by rabbits this winter. And I thought for sure they were goners. But look at how well they've come back. So I'm really pleased to see that. And I put tomato cages around them this year as they started to come up, because as they bloom, they get these really big bloom heads and they flop. So I wanted to try the tomato cages to help keep that up. Some hostas came up. My hyacinths are done. I'm just waiting for the green foliage to yellow, and then I'll cut that back. Alliums, which is nothing new. Something new is this purple heuchera, and I've planted a couple of those for some depth. My Veronicas did not come back. I think this is too shady of a spot for them, so I'm going to try this purple heuchera. One of my astilbes came back, and it is looking really good. So we'll see how it does this season, and maybe I'll replace the other one that languished in our heat. But these are really thirsty plants, and they get pretty sad pretty quickly when they're too hot. So we'll see how it does. I haven't decided if I want to get another one. This is, hi Lulu. You want to say hi? Hi Lulu. This is my Roman chamomile that I started from seed, and I have it in a couple places in my garden. More alliums, and then my other heucheras that I've planted. The other thing I've done this spring is I put drip in every single garden bed, and it has been a game changer because I can just hook the hose up, turn the water on, and forget it for an hour and do something else and then come back, and I don't have to be out here physically standing watering my garden. I don't have time for that. Next are my vegetable beds, and they are doing really well this year, and I think part of it is my drip tube that I've put in. So I'm staying on top of watering. So right here we have broccoli, and those will be fruited and pretty much done for the season by June. So once I pull those out at the end of June, I got sunflowers in here that'll take its place. And so the sunflowers will get really tall. I got a couple different kinds. It'll be really fun. I got sugar snap peas here. We got a cucumber, and we are going to trellis it and see how that works, because I don't have the ground space for vining plants. These are parsnips and carrots, and these are my pepper plants. I have Revolution, which is your basic green pepper, and I have a Mad Hatter kind, which is a really unique shape and gets orange and red. So I'm excited to see how those do. I just sprayed them because it looks like something is chewing on them. So I just sprayed them with some dead bug brew to help them out. More broccoli. Again, I'll cut these back once they flowered and are done for the season, sometime in June. And then underneath, I have a watermelon plant starting. And then these are all of my potatoes, which are in this garden bed this year. I wanted to put my tomatoes in my standalone garden bed so I can walk around them. And then I have some basil and some sage underneath. We'll see how they do. This is my other garden bed. So my tomatoes are here, and like I said, I wanted them in the standalone so I could walk around them. My garden beds over here are against the fence, so I can't get on the back side. So I got 3 tomatoes. I got a German red strawberry, a sakura, which is like a smaller meaty potato, and then a my heirloom from last year that I saved seeds. And then I have rows of corn, and I planted them so they hopefully won't flop this year. And then I got a bunch of beans going. Over here are my hot plants, and we just had one come back this year. And we're going to let it go and see if it fills this whole trellis, because I think it has the ability to do that. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But we originally had 3, and now we're down to 1. And then I put strawberries in here, and that's all that's going to be in here. But I think I need to put some sort of wire cage around them because they are getting eaten by birds and maybe squirrels. And then this was my lettuce planter, and it got half dug out by, I think, a bird. So I repotted some seeds. This is spinach, and then this is lettuce mix. So most of the lettuce mix is gone, and I'm out of those seeds. So I just replanted with the rest spinach. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully the birds don't attack it again. My annual full sun hanger, which is this really pretty corally red petunia. There's just one petunia in this plant, and we'll see how beautiful and big it gets throughout the season. And then this is my shade garden bed around my air conditioner. And my heuchera came back really well. I think this is called Paris something. And then I don't remember what this is called. I'm terrible at this. But I planted these earlier this summer because I was just drawn in by how pretty these little pink flowers were. I just loved them. So I planted 2 of those. I have some more of my Roman chamomile that I started from seed in a weed. Get rid of that. My Shasta daisies are coming in. I planted a Brunnera, which is new, and then this is a Black-Eyed Susan plant. So everything's doing pretty well for this time of year. I expect these to bulk up a lot more. My daisies will hopefully bulk up and bloom here in June. And then back here is my chokeberry, which, like my hydrangeas, the rabbits chewed down to the very nubbins, and I thought I was kind of half and half on if my hydrangeas were dead, and I was certain that these were dead. I thought they absolutely killed them, and I was so upset. But they are coming back, so I'm going to let them go this season and see what they look like by the end of the season, and then I'll have to wrap them in wire for the winter. And then what I'm thinking about doing in this garden is I want to get some more heuchera, maybe the lime thyme, something really bright green, and put it in here. I want another Brunnera that maybe I can put back here. I want some hostas in here. Just low ground cover to kind of fill in these spaces. But I'm just going to wait. Jordy's not your friend.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is your friend. Okay.
You're my friend.
Can we tell Jordy to stop eating my plants?
Yeah.
Stop eating my plants, Jordy.
Stop eating.
So I'm just going to wait until I see things I like and plant them where I want. These are my blueberry barrels, and these are both brand new plants because my plants that were in there did not come back. It was the strangest thing. They were green and they were bendy, but they just didn't break dormancy. And I waited until last week, which is the end of May, for them, and they still hadn't broken dormancy. So I replaced them, and these are a zone 3, so one zone colder than where I'm at. So hopefully they'll be more cold tolerant in these planters, and we'll see how it goes. Trial and error. You know, one of my favorite YouTubers says gardening is about keeping with it, because you kill a lot of plants, and It's about really having fortitude and trying over and over and over again, and that's what makes a good gardener. Not that they keep the plants alive, just that they keep trying, and that's how I feel sometimes. These are my other full sun annual pots. This one has 3 plants in it. Again, a faith in planting, because I'm hoping they'll get really big and beautiful. Verbena, type of petunia, and scavola. And then this is Lou's planter that she picked out all the plants for. We got a dwarf King Tut plant, a shoot, I forgot. These are vincas. There's a marigold in here and a sweet potato vine. Oh shoot, what is this? Salvia. This white plant is a salvia. So this is Lou's planter. Dogs are playing, causing an absolute ruckus at 8 in the morning. They're having so much fun though. And finally, my rose garden bed for my backyard tour. Some major changes is I dug up these. There used to be 2 more of these Minnesota Hardy roses, and they were all pink, and I just didn't like the wall of pink. So I dug these up and I moved them, one of which is over here, and they both tolerated the transplant fairly well. And the other one is on the other side in my front garden bed. And that one totally defoliated, but it's got green growth on it now, so it's all clear. And then this is the one that I left, and it's looking really healthy and beautiful. And I planted this, sorry about the sun, this rainbow evergreen. It's rainbow something. I can't remember the name right now, but it is a short, small evergreen, dwarf evergreen. It'll get about 6 feet tall and 4 feet wide, and it'll be a really nice structural interest in this area. My lamb's ear, my solo ranunculus that actually bloomed. It is just gorgeous, but I ordered 30 of these. Again, gardeners with fortitude. I ordered 30 of these, and I had 1 successful bloom. I'll try it again next year, because I know what I did wrong, but the bloom is totally worth it. Like, look at how pretty. These are some of my winter sows. So Goldilocks Rudbeckia, so that'll be a nice yellow in this area. And then this is a sea holly, which is a really cool blue colored flower. So I'll have the pink, the blue, the yellow, the green, more of a blue color in this area. And then I'm getting some dahlias in, and I'll plant, I think, a row of 3 or 4 dahlias here when they come in. This is my sedum, and that is a nice blue color. And then I stole, sorry parents, I stole this from my parents' garden. They had a ton of iris, and they needed to be split, so I split them, and I kept the split. And I didn't even tell them, I just did it. So, sorry mom and dad, I stole some of your iris, and I don't know what color it is, so we'll find out. I think it'll be purple, but I really liked the structure of the iris compared to the rose and the sedum, so I think that'll be really cool. I planted some hens and chicks earlier this spring here, and they don't get any water at all, and neither does the sedum, and neither does the rose. And they are happy as can be, not getting any attention. So no water, no fertilizer, and they're doing just great. The rose I do fertilize a little bit, but no water. And the hens and chicks are just so fun. They just produce these little offshoots, and they're so cute, and I'm hoping These two will fill in. I might get another color, maybe in here. But I gotta be really careful about what I plant here because this is my laundry dryer vent. And in the winter, this keeps this area very warm. So maybe I plant for a microclimate that's maybe like a 6 or a 7 even here, whereas everything else is a 4B, gets really cold. But just this little area, nothing survives because of my dryer vent. And then I have my Thurnbergia that I started from seed. I have no idea what color it is. It's either yellow or white. But I planted 4 in these last year and they took over. It was too many. So I'm just doing 1 and I'm hoping that'll fill this whole trellis. I had 3 lavender plants here and only one of them came back. The other 2 did not. So I had to pull those out. So my lavender plant, again, doesn't get any water. Happy as can be without water. And then I planted some of my winter sow starts here. This is again Goldilocks rudbeckia. And those will get nice and big yellow flowers. This is my bachelor's button, which bloomed pretty early on and just so pretty. These unusual purple flowers. My rose bush that I was talking about, another stolen iris. I have no idea what color that is. My dwarf bee balm, and I think it'll be much happier this year with drip. Overhead watering caused it to have powdery mildew, so I think drip will make this plant a lot happier. Direct root water, and I'm excited to see what it does because it's got this really pretty dark purple foliage and it'll have purple flowers and it stays real small. It'll stay like this size. So I'm thinking about getting another bachelor button maybe in here, but again, I'm just kind of gonna see what strikes my fancy and I'll plant it where I find a good spot for it. And then finally, this is my Black-Eyed Susan plant that's doing really well. Again, I had to spray some dead bug brew on it because something is eating it. You know, it might be some bugs. I get earwigs in this garden bed. Or I also have dogs that like to eat my plants. So it might be that too. So that is the end of my garden tour, my backyard garden tour. And the dogs are pretty quiet, so I'm concerned about what they're doing. So I'm gonna go and check on them. All right, bye guys.